autistic people are walking karma, because what neurotypical people do is they like to do things like throw shade at people, say very rude and condescending remarks to people, but kind of try to pose it off as if they weren't really saying that. Neurotypical people have this bad habit of where like they will say something very rude, and then when someone calls them out, they're like, but I wasn't even being rude. Like, this is what happens. A neurotypical could say something very rude to an autistic person, and that autistic person mirrors back that same energy and matches that same rudeness, and then all of a sudden they're looking at the neurodivergent like, well, why are you being so rude? Why would you just say that to me? How dare you? How could you? Sweetie, all they did was just match the energy that you just gave them. You don't like it, do you? And it's so funny because it's like they throw stones but live in a glass house. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. Literally, this is what happens. So a lot of times neurodivergence, when we would get picked on by kids in school and stuff, or sometimes somebody, like some kid would say something shady to you, and then you would peep, you would catch it, and you would say something shady back, and all of a sudden they're trying to play the victim. They look at you like you're the villain. Let me tell you something. Autistic people don't start no stuff on be no stuff. If they don't say shit to you, you won't have shit to say to them. If you felt the shade, if you felt somebody was trying to come at you, and you basically said something back to them, you wasn't wrong. They never should have said that shit to you to begin with. You see, neurotypicals, they just want to go on about their life, and they want to just be rude and be mean to people because it's making themselves feel better, but they don't want people to match that energy, because once you match that energy, then they will feel the same exact embarrassment, humiliation, shame. They will feel that same exact feeling, but they don't want to feel that feeling. They want to give that feeling to somebody else, but they don't want to receive it. So I got a quick story time, prime example. When I was a sophomore in high school, I was on the cheerleading team. I went to Marian Catholic High School, and I was on the JV cheerleading team. And what had happened is I was going to homecoming with this boy named Isaiah. I'm not going to give his last name. And what had happened is that while I was at cheerleading practice, this little white girl named Shannon Kelly, she was going on to homecoming with this dude named Nate. So what happened is that Shannon tried to come at me and basically say, okay, but you're going to homecoming with Isaiah. Trying to look down on Isaiah. So what I do is I go, okay, well, at least Isaiah actually is somebody. So what Shannon does is, oh, wait, so now you're going to judge. Now you're going to judge. And she's like, you just judged my date. You basically just said nobody Nate. Sweetie, you said that, not me. But it's like you literally just shaded my date and tried to shame me for who I got a date with. But then when I gave you the same energy, all of a sudden you looking kind of... First of all, Isaiah was more popular than Nate was, so that's kind of why she felt some type of way. But yeah, like, that's how people are. Like, bro, the fuck?